This Avalanche Safety Report is brought to you by Mountain TV. Watch Mountain TV anywhere with our free Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV apps. Learn more at mtn-tv.com.
Colorado Avalanche Information Center. We've had a big winter, big spring. Brian, great to see you. Thanks so much for the past few months, and excited to talk to you about spring activity with these recent storms. Things have ticked up a little bit.
Yeah, and we're solidly into spring, but winter is just going down fighting and is not letting go. And so as typical, when we get kind of these spring storms, we have usually a few flavors of avalanches, and that's going to be the case as we head into the last part of this work week and kind of through the weekend. And here's where we are as we kind of get into the towards the end of the week. We've got moderate danger, and this reflects the places that picked up the most snow out of the storm that came through Tuesday and Wednesday. And let me show you what that looked like. So you can see here, the snow started on Tuesday afternoon. It really ramped up Tuesday night. And by Wednesday morning, we had a widespread foot of snow across portions of the central and southern mountains. We've got another storm on its heels after a dry, warm day on Thursday. And you can see on Thursday night and into Friday, we get another storm, which could drop another 8 to 12 inches of snow, this time favoring the northern and central mountains. But in between those storms, we get warm temperatures. It's late April. The sun is very strong. Right. And what that will do, so this is the snow that fell Tuesday night at Monarch Pass, for example. I just thought it was a really good illustration. This is their snow state cam. The ski area is closed, but they got 14 inches of snow on Tuesday night, and it totally buried their snow state cam. And on Thursday, we've got warm, sunny weather. And what happens is all of that new snow that's sitting on crust underneath will start to sheet off. Some of that may happen naturally, or it can happen really easily with just human pressure, usually like on skis or a snow machine. And once you get that snow to start moving, it can move really slowly downhill. And it can entrain enough to become dangerous. And here's a video of some snow sheeting off from skier pressure in the Elk Mountains last week. And this is exactly what we're going to see Thursday and early part of Friday until the next storm system comes in. You can see this is moving pretty slow. If you're on gentle terrain, it's fairly easy to escape. But these kinds of avalanches have and can kill people if you're in really steep consequential terrain. It's enough to knock somebody off their feet if it dragged you over a cliff. Right. Or you're in really steep terrain, steeper than about 40, 45 degrees. It can be really hard to stop and arrest yourself. So we want people to be really aware of these loose, wet avalanches, particularly on Thursday and early Friday. Anytime we get snow and it's followed by strong March sun. The other flavor of avalanche is our wind slab avalanches. And at those higher alpine elevations, particularly on the colder, shadier slopes, it's not getting quite warm enough and wet enough just yet to produce those loose, wet avalanches. And so what we see are wind-drifted stiff slabs, and those are going to be easy to identify in the field by those smooth, rounded textures, shooting cracks coming out from your skis or your feet or your machine, and they can produce avalanches like this. These are mostly going to be confined to those high above tree line elevations, but we gotta kind of have to watch out for both flavors of avalanches as these spring storms come in, and then we get periods of really warm temperatures and strong sunshine as we move into the last part of the month and into May.
Yeah, question for you, Brian. I know before we started the segment here, we were talking with our producers, getting prepped for the segment, and we were talking about the shed cycle, particularly at lower elevations. That video you just showed seemed to be not super, super high. Some of these lower elevations really still a danger zone.
Yeah, they just get warmer faster. So usually when you see these shed cycles or this cycle of loose, wet avalanches, it'll start on like kind of low elevation, east facing slopes because they see the first sunshine in the morning. They'll wrap around to kind of south and then west and also climb in elevation as the temperatures warm up throughout the day. So those are going to be the most problematic slopes through the weekend are going to be those kind of east through the south through west, which see the most sun during the day for the loose, wet shed problem. And then the wind slab problem is going to be, like I said, mainly confined to those high elevation slopes where the snow stays cold.
Okay, well, we're not out of the proverbial woods quite yet with these storms. So enjoy spring out there, guys, but play it safe. Check out the website, by the way, CAIC. Great information there. It's always updated. Brian, a big thanks for us here at Mountain TV for a great season. We appreciate all the reports, the segments, the research, and just the care. You guys have done a great job, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you helping us get the word out. I know this is our last regularly scheduled kind of episode of the season.
All right.
We can always do another one if conditions warrant. We do put out daily forecasts through the end of May, so please visit the website colorado.gov/avalanche anytime you're getting out there to enjoy the spring conditions.
Okay, sounds great. Well, all of us here in Colorado know conditions can change pretty fast, so we might be seeing you again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I appreciate all the effort this season, so good to see you again.
Thanks for a great season. Be safe out there. Colorado Avalanche Information Center right here on Mountain TV.
It's been a pleasure working with our friends over at CAIC for our 3rd season. It's been amazing. And if you ever want to stay updated on anything CAIC, you can always go to colorado.gov/avalanche. And be sure to enjoy the backcountry and be safe out there.